Hello friends, welcome back for another video. I hope all of you are doing good. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fill form IMM 5257. This form is required when you are applying for Canadian visitor visa. So let's start friends with the first field. First thing, they are asking you to mention UCI number. It's called Unique Client Identification Number. This number, if you have applied in the past, and for example, if you have applied for visitor visa or study permit or work permit, and CSC has approved your file, then they might have give you one UCI number, and you just need to mention that UCI number in this field. If this is the first time you are applying for any Canadian visitor visa, any Canadian immigration file, just keep it blank because you should not have any UCI number. Next is I want service in, it's English or French. You can select English or French. Then visa required, it should be visitor visa or in transit. If you are applying for multiple or single entry visa, please select visitor visa. If if you are going to travel through Canada and any of you have layover time in any of Canadian airport that it's around 48 hours, then you need in transit visa. And if you are applying for in transit visa, then please select in transit. Next section is your personal details. CIS is asking you to fill your personal information. So first question is your family name. Please write your family name or surname as per your passport. Then please write your given name as per your passport. Second question is, have you ever used any other name? In this case, this kind of this question is for the scenario when a person has any other name other than the passport. For example, some people, they have a different name in their school documents or in marriage certificate. So if you have this kind of case, please write your other name or second name in this field. Same family name and given name. Next is your gender. Please select your gender. Then date of birth, place of birth, and country of birth, and citizen. If you are Indian citizen, please write Indian citizen, or if you are UAE citizen, please write your citizenship here. Then next question is current country of residence. So if you are a citizen of UAE and you live in India, then just write here. And if you live any other country than your citizenship, then you need to mention what is your current status in the other country. So they have given you option. Please select your appropriate option from this list. To make it easy, I'm just going to mention UAE and as a citizen, so we don't have to fill any other information. Next question is country where you are applying. They have CIC has mentioned same as current country of residence. Please select yes or no and proceed further. Next question is about your marital status. If you are single, then please select single. If you are married, then you should write your marriage date, your spouse family name, and given name as per the passport. Next question is about your previous relationship. If you were married in the past, and if you are in common law relationship, then you need to just write here your previous spouse family name and given name, date of birth, and the type of relationship you are married or you were in common law relationship, and you just need to mention from where to where. Please mention date here. Next question is about your native language or mother tongue. Please select appropriate native language. Then if you are able to communicate in English or French, then select appropriate language. If you select here both, then CSC will ask you to mention in which language you are more comfortable to communicate. Let me just write here English and proceed further. Here CIC is asking you, have you ever taken a test from a designated testing agency to assess your proficiency in English or French? So friends, if you have given IELTS exam or any other exam that test your proficiency in English or French, then please select yes. If you have not given any exam, just select no and proceed further. Next question is about your passport information. Please write here your passport number, country of issue, date of issue, expiry date. This all the information should be available in your first or last page of your passport. Next question is about your national identity. Some countries citizen has a national identity card. So if this is something that you are from the country that you have national identity document, then please write here your national identity document number, country of issue, and date of issue and expiry date. If you are holding US permanent residency card, then please write your PR card number here and date of expiry. Next question is about your contact information. Please write your current mailing address, PO box number, apartment number, street name, city name, your current city name, and country information. If province is there, just write province information, postal code, and district information. In case if you have a different residential address other than the mailing address you provided here, then you have to write your current residential address here. Let me just select yes, same as my current mailing address, so I don't have to fill this all information again. In case if you have it, then please fill your current residential address here. Next is about your telephone number. Please select your country code. Please write your country code and cellular number or business or residence number. If you have any other alternate telephone number, please write it here and proceed further. Fax number, if you have a fax number, just write it here and proceed, and your email address. Friends, I would like to address one question here from your contact information. CAC has clearly mentioned here all correspondence will go to this address unless you indicate your email address. So if you have not write your email address here, or if you by mistake there is a typing error in your email ID, then CAC will send all the communication, any information like anything will send all the information through mail. It will be regular post. So I strongly suggest you friends to make sure you write here your email ID, and please ensure that you do not make any typo error on this email. Please double check your email before you submit your file. Next question is about your details of visit to Canada. It's about your purpose of visit, why you are visiting to Canada. They have given here multiple options. Business, tourism, short-term studies, just select your appropriate reason and proceed further. Next is about from where to where. What is the date when you are going to visit? You can just write here approximately date, no need to write exact date. Please select approximately date from where to where you like to visit Canada. Next question is about funds available in for stay. This is something friends, I will recommend you to, if you are only one person visiting to Canada, then you uh, I suggest you to show them around at least 10 to 15,000 Canadian in your bank account. Sometimes it's depend on time frame, that for example, if you are visiting Canada for 1 or 2 weeks, then it's okay if you have around 4 or 5,000 Canadian dollar. But I strongly suggest you to provide you show them at least 10 or 15,000 Canadian dollar in your account. Next question is about your person you are visiting in Canada. You can write here that person name, relationship to with that person, and add their address in Canada. Some if you are visiting more than one person, then just write here second person name here. Next question is about your education. If you have a university degree or apprenticeship training or college degree, please select yes, and write your when you started your study, what is the field of study, and your university information, university or college name, and the date, month and year when you finished your study, and city name, and the country where you finished your university. Before I go to next section, I would like to clarify one thing about the fund available for your stay. For example, if you are going to show them that you have 10,000 Canadian dollar in your account, then that amount, the fund you are showing them, please make sure that you have that fund available in your account since last 6 to 8 months. It's not like that you are going to apply for Canadian visitor visa, and you deposited you transfer your money last month, and now you are showing that you have fund available in your account. In order to make your file strong, please ensure that you have funds available in your account since last 6 to 8 months, or 1 year is also good enough. So after education, next section is about your employment history. Here CIS is asking you to mention your employment history since last 10 years. So for example, if you are applying in 2018, then please ensure that you mention your employment history since 2008 or 7. And if you have changed your company, if you have more you have experience with 2 or 3 companies, please mention your experience here. For example, I have written it here that I started working with XYZ company in 2011 as a sales manager, and I am still currently working as a sales manager. Since CIC is asking you to fill your employment history since last 10 years, please ensure you write here all the job your experience since 2008 to 2018. Next section is about your background information. CIC is asking you to fill basic question about your background and security information. So please select no or yes. Please read carefully about all the questions, and please write appropriate answer. Next section is about your signature, and here CIC is also asking you that CIC can contact you in the future, in order to get your feedback for survey or anything. It doesn't matter you select yes or no, And if you are comfortable they'll contact you, just select yes, and if you are not comfortable please write no. And here is the signature information. Friends, if you are applying online, then let me just inform you, you do not have to sign this form, because in the online application, they at the end they always ask you to sign that sign electronically. So you don't have to sign this form. If you are applying as a paper file, then you have to sign this form. Please ensure that you sign this form and write the application date. Once you have finished this, you have completed this form, you have to validate this form. So I just validated, and you see I made a mistake, or I did not complete this form. That's why it's giving me an error saying the following field must be contain a value. So let's go back to that field and write 10,000 Canadian dollar. Okay, one more. Okay, now let's try to validate this form. There you go. You see it's saying validation completed successfully. Now this form is good to go for submitting your application. Let me press OK. And yeah, and one more thing about this barcode. Once you have validated this form will generate this barcode, and if you are applying on a paper file, please ensure you place this barcode at the beginning of this form, at the top of your this form. And if it's an online application, then you don't have to worry. This it will be the one, this file has the barcode inside, so you are good to go for online. But it was just about the paper file that we have to careful about placing this form at the beginning or on the top of this form. So friends, in this video I have explained I have covered all the question about how to fill IMM 5257. This form is required to fill when you are applying for visitor visa. If you have any question, then feel free to write in the comment section. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel to get more update about my next videos. Thank you friends, and I hope to see you soon guys. Thanks.